Am I speaking with Miss Norton?
Yes, this is she.
Calling on behalf of Mr. Malcolm, sorry, from POWER106. May I please send a brief hold for him, please?
Yes.
Hold for me, please. Across the globe, and you get information with respect to the number of people who are applying for Jamaican citizenship. That number continues to grow. There are also Jamaicans who initially left Jamaica and were living elsewhere in the world, but just decided that they are coming back to Jamaica. And so those are the stories to be told right now here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online here on Power 106 FM. And let's greet the ladies first. Clarice Norton, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. And listeners, Clarice Norton is the founder of Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica. Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica. Also online, we have Aisha Nelson. Hi, Aisha. How are you? I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much for joining us. And we welcome as well Kwame M.A. McPherson, who counts himself among the Black expats and repats in Jamaica. And so we're anxious to hear more. And so let's start with the founder, Clarice Norton. A bit of your background, first of all, please, and then we get into the idea behind Black expats and repats in Jamaica.
All right. So, good morning, and thank you so much for having me. I'm Clarice. I'm best known as Mocha Mazel online, but basically, around Corona, when Corona first hit, I figured that was my opportunity to kind of make my transition to Jamaica, being that I was based online. And
Sorry, just a moment. Is there anyone online who has a radio in the background? If you could turn it off or take out the volume totally. Yes. Oh, yes, please. All right. Go ahead now, please, Clarice.
yes, are you hearing me?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yes, please go
Okay.
ahead now.
All right. So during Corona time is when I made my transition to Jamaica, and so since then I've been in the process of establishing residency and trying to figure out how to make the process more available to others.
Mm-hmm. And how just give us some more, please, on the transition from one state of being to another in terms of where it all started, where you subsequently went, and where you are now.
Okay, so I have been toying with the idea of leaving the U.S. For a while. Lots to do with racial reasons and just not feeling that it was a quality of life there that I'll be able to achieve. So that's kind of where I started my research initially. I was considering Africa and some other nearby places, but for a lot of us, Africa is very expensive to travel to. And I didn't want to be too far from home in the event that anything, happened. So Jamaica just kind of made sense in that regard, and it's English speaking, and we're not that too far off far as cultural wise. Well, in particular from where I'm from, because I'm from Mississippi. I'm from the deep rural south of the U.S. So it was not that big of a difficult transition for me outside of some of the technicalities and things like that of going through just learning how to navigate a new place. That was probably the most difficult thing, but that's how it happened. And I reached out to one of my other team members that you have on the call. She extended her space to me to come stay while I kind of figure out and get myself set up in Jamaica. And so since then we've been kind of just working together and figuring out how to structure and organize this to make it again a smoother process for those looking to come and want to be in Jamaica.
I see. So how is it settling in here in Jamaica?
Okay, well, the first year, I would say, I don't want to say it was rough, but it's a learning experience. You're learning how to maneuver in Jamaica. You're learning what things are. I want to say that outside of, I kind of had a bit of an issue with the housing thing. I think that was kind of like my biggest hurdle so far. Trying to figure out how to go about finding somewhere to stay. But other than that, it was the process of learning how to immigrate to another country, which, I have a whole lot of respect for people who go through that process, because it's the process, even, with the be in Jamaica. So it's just learning, and figuring out how to structure myself properly to better assist those and to give myself the foundational footing that I need to have a very luscious and fulfilling life here in Jamaica.
All right, hold it right there. Let's hear from Aisha Nelson. What's your story?
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is actually Aisha White. I have a name.
Sorry, say that again.
I said this is actually Aisha White. I have a name change.
Oh, I'm sorry. Aisha White. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, Aisha, please go ahead.
Okay. I've been in Jamaica since 2009, so I've been here 13 years. I first visited Jamaica in 1996. I love the country. I love the culture, and I continue to come back. In 2002, I met a man. I decided to settle down with him. In 2004, we got married. 2005, I became pregnant. 2009, I finally moved here. And that's it.
Well, why Jamaica? What was the clincher? What did it for you? Certainly, there you had about 190 odd choices in terms of a country. Why Jamaica?
It felt like home to me. When I stepped off the airplane the first time and I drew in a breath of air coming off the Caribbean Sea, it felt like home. It just felt like home to me. I just had this feeling of home. I felt it made me feel happy. I felt good. I had a good feeling. And that's why I wanted to continue to feel like that.
And all right, hold it right there. We'll come back to you in a moment. Let's bring in Kwame McPherson. Morning, Kwame. How are you?
Morning, everyone. You're wearing a different hat today.
Indeed. Welcome. Right.
Yeah.
So I didn't know about your story until you brought it to my attention in terms of being a part of Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica. What happened, Kwame?
Well, my journey is probably like the normal Jamaican who has the heritage and descent, right? So I was born in the UK, but my father took us here, like the many people who came out to Jamaica back in the 70s. Obviously, I stayed here, school, work, that kind of stuff, and then I migrated back to the UK to finish out my education. And then, the interaction that would happen with Black Expats was I was basically thinking of creating something similar way back when the returning residents were getting a lot of focus on the issues around returning residents. And I was saying to myself at the time that the returnees were being educated on how to come back to Jamaica to integrate and assimilate safely. So I was in Facebook, just doing some searches, and then I came across a group. And I started to interact in the group, basically just sharing information, my knowledge, my experience. And lo and behold, I was invited by my colleagues to be a part of the team. But the rest is history. so that's how it happened.
Is this something that you planned?
Yeah. Well, I didn't plan. I planned on coming home, but that was always my intention. And so I guess you could say things are happening in my favor, where in regard to the group appearing, so to speak, and my interaction with the group, and Clarice and Aisha and Tanzia approached me and said, "Boy, based on the information, my interaction in the group, before I'd like to get part of the team, and that's how it happened. You know? That's how it happened.
So Clarice Norton, how would you describe the mission, the role, the goal of Black expats and repats in Jamaica?
So the mission and the goal of BRJ is to, yes.
Yes. Did you hear the question?
Yes, I did.
Right.
Okay. So the role is, like Mr. McPherson stated, is to help those who want to come and return and basically learn how to maneuver and do so safely. It's for those who not want to wait until retirement, want to learn how to come and integrate and contribute to Jamaican society. It's for those who, again, want that balance and quality of life and way of living. So is the purpose and the foundation of the group. And there's so much that we see in Jamaica, so much potential, so much greatness. And just having that perspective, I think, will, again, continue to foster this desire that we have to just help those who want the same things as we do and be able to be a part of Jamaica in that aspect.
How far does the organization go, Aisha White, in terms of helping Black expats and repats in Jamaica? Is it just simply information, sharing information? Is there an element of socializing, of having outings, etc.? Just trying to get a sense of how the group operates.
Okay, so the group itself is full of information. We also have breakups around the country, so people have an opportunity to come and explore that a particular part of the country they always wanted to explore but never could. We're actually having a second annual family reunion.
Hold on, can you tell us about that in just a moment? 1 moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
8:15 in the morning here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica, which means right about now it is just about 10:15 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan.
Okay, so if you were denied entry to our group, make sure that you read the questions thoroughly and
Thanks a lot
agree
for
to the
staying
group
with us
rules.
here on the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online on Power 106 FM. I'm Doug and Malcolm. We are featuring a group of Jamaicans who are, well, and I call them Jamaicans, yes, that they are running in the direction of Jamaica. They're running towards Jamaica, whereas there's some of us who are running in the opposite direction, running away from Jamaica. They are the Black expats and repats in Jamaica. They're running towards Jamaica and encouraging others so to do. And those online with us are Clarice Norton, Aisha White, and Kwame McPherson. And I believe, Aisha, you were talking about a family reunion that's coming up. That's where you were when we had to take the break for the time signal.
So we have a second annual family reunion coming up in December. It's being hosted in the Real Jamaica by one of our group members. He owns the Real Tree House. So we're going to go there, spend time on the beach, have dinner together, renew old friendships, meet new people, just enjoy ourselves. We even have a river day planned. So we do things like that. We also try to get people to understand the culture of Jamaica and how it works and how to properly integrate so they won't be isolated or just, stay in one corner and then this and that. That's what we try to do.
Very well. And Kwame McPherson, what kind of interest has this organization, Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica, been stirring online? What kind of interest have you been picking up?
One of the things that we share is the narrative. You know, like I said, the narrative has been a roller coaster of the thing. But there hasn't been a narrative of the world turning and downside of the other people. So we have been having a lot of interest. We've had meetings, the teaching that's been published so far. So it's really what possibility that people are working on the initiative with them. So the interest is there. And it is. It's also another thing because some people, like they don't understand, I don't realize that a lot of people have returned. A lot of people are returning. And so the interest is there, and the interest has been gaining momentum, especially as we go around and talking about here, especially let's realize that there are a lot of other little things or little groups, some people who already have their own who want to be part of the people. So the interest is there, and it's good in some of the why with that. So that's why, and like I said, the teaching stuff that we're working on with regard to fashion initiatives.
And Clarice Norton, is it fair to say that everything has gone smoothly so far for you and for the most part other members of the organization Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica? Or have there been one or two disappointments?
I wouldn't say that everything has went smooth, and I wouldn't call them disappointments either. I would basically call them learning curves, and just learning how things operate, because I wouldn't expect everything to go perfectly when you are in an entirely new place. So it's, coming with the expectation that you're going to have to learn, you're going to have to adapt, you're going to have to figure out how things go. That is the expectation that, that I set for myself. I wasn't coming looking for perfect, just, how to go and do it, and then just centralize the information and make it, accessible for those, so they don't necessarily have to go through those quote unquote struggles or disappointments, or whatever. So I wouldn't say that any, like, of course I've had challenges, like that's to be expected. So I just chalk it up to, learning, and, now once I get through those things, I can properly guide people on what the process is like. So no, I wouldn't call them necessarily disappointments.
What about you, Aisha?
I've experienced a lot of things, as I've been here permanently. So, I mean, I've seen places change. I've seen places move. In the process, I raised children and started businesses. So, I've had obstacles. I overcame them. But for the most part, I'm still happy.
And that's the important thing. You're still happy. That makes sense, right? And Kwame McPherson, can you distinguish between returning retirees versus those who, the other category? I think maybe about a couple of categories. Those who are returning, maybe not yet in their retirement years, and those who, having checked out the rest of the world, come to the conclusion there's no place like home, and they're back in Jamaica. Can you give us a sense of those differentials?
There are those in our youth and the young people who are returning. They're not getting excited all the time, but they're going to come to that, they tend to come back to the build. They invest in the sort of business. And share that was not that they have also because we have a lot of work to work. So it has to be in some years because of the national time. And then, it's a lot of patience. You want to get the behind someone else and stick it up. So yeah, for members, I don't like that everybody gets the edge and then one come back for that time.
And Clarice Norton, what kind of response have you gotten from members of your family, especially when you told them what you were about to embark on?
Oh goodness. I don't think they took me seriously initially, or they thought it was just kind of like a whim thing. I was just trying to go and I don't know, having some type of crisis or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they had all sorts of thoughts. I'm pretty sure they thought I was coming out here for a guy, or they thought that it was just again some random thing I was doing, but I was very serious in coming and establishing myself here. So now they see, and since they've come to visit me, now they get it. Whereas initially they didn't know. They was like, this girl that went crazy. And they just kind of just, well, let's see what happens. Basically, I think that's the underlying response I was getting.
And thank you, Clarice. And for you, Aisha, why has your family gotten it now too?
Yes, they have gotten it. And they just they got it because before they had concerns, they be concerned and this being so far away, but they got it. My mom even moved down here. So yeah, they got it.
Okay. Quite something. And what about you, Kwame McPherson?
My intuition and decision and having that kind of connection outside of those that were initially on home. Yeah, so for me, they never challenge.
And Clarice Norton, for those listening to us and they're wavering, they're unsure, they think it's a good idea, but then they're not so sure, or there are doubts, or there are people who are saying, "Are you crazy?" What advice would you give to those who might be a little confused or uncertain, as based on general feedback they're getting?
Well, the first piece of advice that I would give is to, of course, come visit for yourself. And I try to emphasize visiting outside of tourist areas and kind of experiencing what life is outside of those places that people typically travel to, so they can get a real sense of what it's like to just live and function and just be here day by day. That's the first piece of advice. So again, because people have to determine things for themselves. But I, also tell people, make sure you're coming with a plan in place. Make sure you have some type of structure, learn what you need to do. And again, that's the purpose of the group, is don't just take notice of the information and resources that are being provided to you to give you the best chances of success. That is the advice that I would give. I would not, just go based off of, social media or, somebody who just came to visit for a short period. Come and immerse yourself for, at least a few months to get, the experience and actually sense it for yourself and see if it's something that's doable for you.
Well said. And for you, Aisha White, what's your best advice to those considering making Jamaica their home but are wavering?
advice is to come to Jamaica and to come visit. That to see how it makes you feel, to see if you feel like it's your home, and then, like Clarice said, have a plan, learn the culture, and take your time. Jamaica isn't going anywhere. You can always take your time and move slowly. Just make sure that things are in order.
Yeah. And for you, Kwame McPherson, your best advice to those who have been listening and learning about the Black expats and repats in Jamaica and are considering joining the group by being a part of that experience. But they have naysayers who are telling them this and that and so on. What do you say to them?
I say the same thing, basically, what Aisha and Terry said. I would also say that people must come with an open mind in regards to how Jamaica function. You know what I mean? And that means don't expect Jamaica to function as how you think it would function in a developed country. Because Jamaica is not, it's getting there, but it's nowhere near that. So people must have a patience, a lot of patience, and understand that they're in a different environment. That they should accept everything in terms of that will happen, but just have an open mind and understanding that they're in a different environment, and so that patience and what we come to the fore more than anything else. So I say an open mindset. The mindset has to be is pivotal in regards to being in Jamaica and as a new environment. But I would also say come and visit, have awareness, have a plan, and realize that Jamaica, like anyone else, has its issues and its problems. But it is a beautiful place to be, and it's a wonderful place to be, away from all the chances of being somewhere else. But they need to come and have a look and a visit and get to understand and feel Jamaica for themselves.
Absolutely.
And of course, they can also purchase the guidebook.
McPherson, Aisha White, and Carrie Norton, it's a pleasure. We hope to keep the lines of communication open. We hope from time to time to have your organization represented on this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And in the meantime, where can people learn more about the Black expats and repats in Jamaica?
Well, the first thing is that we have a guidebook available, the do's and don'ts of reselling in Jamaica and tips to how to do so safely. That is available for purchase on our website, BERJamaica.com. They can find us. On the meantime, we're on Facebook, but we are building our own platform. So we are on Facebook currently as Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica, and all social media platforms, YouTube as well. And we're telling other stories of people who have come and made Jamaica home. But if you are, very serious, you just need, the facts, or well, not facts, but how to go about setting yourself up properly. The guidebook is essential. And I recommend those who are interested to go on the website and grab a copy if you can, or share with someone that they think is interested.
So that website again, you said it's
Jamaica.com.
BERJamaica.com.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you all so much for speaking with us this early on a Saturday when you should be relaxing in bed, in the manner of speaking.
Oh no, we finna hit the road.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, thanks.
Carrie Norton, founder, Aisha White, and Kwame McPherson, all of the organization Black Expats and Repats in Jamaica. If you need more information,
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
All right. So that's it. That was the interview. Hopefully y'all could hear everybody, but if not, yeah, okay. So that's it. I will see y'all next time. Make sure you stay posted. If you know anybody that could use this book, please tell them to go purchase it. And I will see y'all when y'all see y'all. I got other things and errands to do and run today, but thank y'all for watching and stay posted. Sign up for my newsletter. All right. And what else? Sign up for my newsletter. Okay. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff. And then that's it. I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for watching.